Every night, when the house falls silent, the heiress would, in a disheveled state, lie against a portrait, engaging in intimate actions with it. The sounds that followed were vulgar and lasted for hours. Only after satisfying herself would she finally fall asleep. But one day, a man who had secretly admired her for a long time witnessed this shocking scene through a crack in her door. Without hesitation, he burst into the room and ruthlessly killed her, revealing the darkest sides of human greed and desire. Ever since she developed that strange obsession, the heiress realized that a mere portrait could never replace a real person. So, she decided to open up the opportunity nationwide, inviting strong men to become her suitors. After all, she was the famous heiress of the Lioli family, a renowned family in Japan's top-tier perfume-making industry. The family was not only incredibly wealthy but also held a priceless treasure called the Great Eastern Temple within their estate, whose perfumes could generate enough value to buy the entire country. As soon as the news spread, wealthy nobles and merchants from all over Japan rushed to her door. But it was clear that what the heiress wanted wasn't love, she just needed someone to fulfill her desires. The guests, on the other hand, were all after the legendary treasure of the Great Eastern Temple. In the end, only 4 suitors made it to the final stage: Bobby, an expert in perfume making; Henry, a muscular samurai with 8-pack abs; and Willie, a government official. But they had yet to see the 4th participant. Instead, a strange traveling apothecary appeared. Naturally, the 3 men, known far and wide, looked down on this wandering apothecary and mocked him, asking what he was doing there. But to their surprise, the apothecary claimed that strange supernatural occurrences were happening in the house. The 3 men scoffed at him, preparing to continue their ridicule, but they were interrupted by a maid who informed them that Miss Lioli had prepared one final test. The winner would become part of the Lioli family and inherit the Great Eastern Temple. Since the last contestant was late, the apothecary took his place and entered the room. Being a family known for perfume making, the test was naturally centered on perfumes. Miss Lioli instructed the 4 men to smell 5 different scents in order. They only needed to identify 2 that were the same. Willie tasted the first bottle and was immediately transported to a lush, flower-filled field. Bobby, after smelling the second bottle, felt as though he had fallen into an ocean of gold and jewels. Henry, however, only noticed the stench of horse manure. But the apothecary's expression remained unchanged. After all 5 perfumes were sampled, each man gave a different answer. They were then invited to wait in the courtyard for the results. Strangely, as soon as they stepped out of the room, Bobby and the others suddenly declared that they had urgent matters to attend to and left. Their real goal was clear: they intended to search the mansion for the legendary Great Eastern Temple. Despite spending the entire afternoon searching, they found nothing. When they returned to their room, they discovered the apothecary standing on the table, muttering about supernatural creatures already taking action. He quickly covered the room with talismans, and when the bedroom door was opened, they were met with a gruesome sight: blood everywhere and a body so mutilated it was unrecognizable. Willie immediately recognized the victim as the 4th contestant, who had arrived late. It was clear the apothecary knew who the killer was. Without speaking a word, he opened another door, revealing Miss Lioli's bedroom. In front of the 4 men's eyes, her neck erupted with blood, and she died right there in the room. Strangely, the 3 men didn't seem shocked. They appeared to have known all along that Miss Lioli was destined to die.